Here's a simple rule or law. If a product or industry is poisoning people, polluting water, or damaging the planet long term, governments should not protect it, they should replace it.
It looks pretty safe, but could this bottle actually be harmful? Campaigners are calling for an end to the use of a controversial chemical in making babies' drinking bottles. Bisphenol A, or BPA, is widely used in plastics, especially food and drink containers. Scientists have long been divided about whether it causes health problems, after several lab studies showed it caused defects in mice, including changes to their reproductive systems. Now, an influential group of scientists from universities including London, Plymouth and Reading have written to the Health Secretary, urging the government to end the use of BPA in food contact products marketed at children. They say there's compelling scientific evidence that the chemical is linked to breast cancer and other conditions. Breast Cancer UK's also released a survey of over 2,000 adults, which found that 50% of them strongly agree the government should act in a precautionary way to protect babies from BPA.
A new study finds that nearly half of the nation's drinking water contains potentially harmful forever chemicals. The substances have been linked to several serious health problems, including some cancers. However, new technology is now making it possible to eliminate these chemicals from the main water sources. Mark Strassman has more.
Nasty cargo, 10,000 gallons of landfill water laced with PFAS, a known carcinogen that nothing could get rid of until now.
We are concentrating the nasty stuff to allow the annihilator system to treat it.
Not just treat PFAS, blast them out of existence. These so-called forever chemicals are man-made, used in Teflon, firefighting foam, even facial makeup, and previously indestructible.
Hey, welcome back. Well, a new first-of-its-kind report has just been released by the Environmental Protection Agency, and it targets Texas on the topic of clean drinking water.
That report looked at our water infrastructure and discovered that more than 647,000 of the water lines in our state are made of lead. It's going to cost a lot to fix that.
Clean water is essential, and while it is something we use every day, most of us give no thought as to how it gets to our faucets. But according to the EPA, we should. This week, they released their assessment of the pipes that bring that drinking water to our homes, our offices, and our schools, and the results are eye-opening.
Texas has the 5th highest amount of lead pipes still in use in the United States. Florida is first. Texas has about 7% of its entire system is lead pipes.
Keep in mind that lead water pipes were banned by law in 1986. It seems that when those pipes start to decay and crumble, lead can enter our drinking water. According to the CDC, there are no safe blood lead levels, especially for children. And the effects of lead poisoning can be permanent and disabling. The EPA has also given an estimate of what it would take to remedy the situation.
Replacing them all in this state alone is going to cost $60 billion.
At first glance, there's not much that links Hamilton, Thunder Bay, Sault Ste. Marie, St. Catharines, and Sarnia. But a new McGill study says the 5 cities in Canada do have something in common: strikingly high rates of acute myeloid leukemia, or AML. Many of these cities with cancer clusters have large manufacturing or petrochemical industries. The worst hotspot? Sarnia, Ontario, with a rate 1.5 times higher than the rest of the country. But when researchers drilled down to individual postal codes, they found the north side of the city had a rate 3 times the national average.
There's quite a lot of people who are suffering.
One of the toxins released by petrochemical plants is benzene. And the International Agency for Research on Cancer says there is sufficient evidence benzene causes acute myeloid leukemia.
The areas that were scoring very high on benzene exposure were also the towns that were highlighted by the incidence of AML. That just seems to further corroborate the data.
And yet, we still see toxic chemicals in everyday products. PFAS, known as forever chemicals in tap water, BPA in plastics that leach into our food, microplastics in fish, salt, and even in our bloodstreams. These aren't accidents. They're side effects of putting profit over health.
The Trump administration made another announcement yesterday with respect to the environment. Explain what that was.
Yeah, this is extremely significant, Errol. The EPA under Administrator Lee Zeldin announced a flurry of actions yesterday, around 31 actions seeking to roll back key environmental regulations, including rules on pollution from coal power plants, electric vehicles, air quality standards, and most significantly, Errol, he said the EPA will consider a key 2009 scientific finding which said greenhouse gases are a danger to the public and need to be regulated. Zeldin took to social media, also penned an op-ed in the Wall Street Journal, calling this the most consequential day of deregulation in American history. He went on to say we are, quote, driving a dagger through the heart of climate change religion and ushering in America's golden age. He went on to talk about lowered costs for American families because of these moves to deregulate. But note that environmentalists and former EPA officials sounding the alarm, saying that this could take the U.S. back decades before there were regulations on pollution in the United States.
Scientists say they have made the connection between the consumption of junk food and certain mental health disorders. A new study reveals that microplastics deriving from ultra-processed foods are accumulating in the brain and may be causing certain neurological disorders like depression and dementia. Scientists say there is evidence that microplastics infiltrate the blood-brain barrier. Once inside the brain, the microplastics induce oxidative stress and damages cells, particularly neurotransmitters. The study is published in the journal Brain Medicine.
And governments too often delay action because regulation hurts certain industries, but not regulating is hurting people. The first step is simple: ban known toxic chemicals and replace them with safe alternatives.
Public health advocates calling on lawmakers to remove the chemicals PFAS and phthalates from food. These chemicals are often found in food packaging and household items. Advocates say that they can have a number of negative health effects, including birth weight, liver function, and infant development.
From now on, pharmacies like this one will no longer be able to hand out these small single-use plastic bags to clients.
Some countries are already leading. Denmark banned PFAS in food packaging. France restricted BPA. The EU lists over 2,000 harmful substances under REACH regulation, so it can be done. It is being done. Governments also need to fund the future, not the past. That means subsidizing clean energy, not oil, building net zero buildings, creating clean transport systems, buses, trains, bikes, EVs, promoting materials that are safe for humans and biodegrade naturally. Sustainability doesn't just mean protecting nature, it means designing smarter systems that protect us too. Science already knows what's dangerous, but governments can go further by using AI and data to detect risks before they reach people. AI can scan supply chains for toxic ingredients, track pollution leaks in real time, predict contamination events in water and soil, monitor disease clusters near factories, and respond faster. We don't need to wait for cancer outbreak to change policy. We can stop it before it starts if we use the tools we already have. A healthy society starts with healthy systems. A responsible government doesn't just respond to disasters, it prevents them. And investing in sustainability isn't just smart, it's survival. If you watched till the end of this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. The purpose of the channel is to spread AI and God with science, so that we can just live in a peaceful world, and and with God, and also sustainably and peacefully on this home we call Earth. I think it's achievable. If you think it's achievable, then please do like and subscribe and comment. I'm quite curious on what you think.